Variety channel. Man, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Being so hot outside. Tonight on Ross Says What Variety channel. Let's discuss some new things. And this stuff is really good, but it's not Gatorade I have in this. Powerade. I had the Powerade mix. What happened is I had a 2-gallon mix, and I mixed it in the blender. And it's the blue stuff. It's really, really strong. Usually, like, it goes 2 gallons. The biggest thing I have is 1 gallon. Maybe it's more like 2 liters. I think the package was 2 liters. That's why it's so strong. Usually that one package goes for like a 2-liter one, or 2 gallons. Whatever's bigger, more than a gallon or more than a liter. Because this has 28 ounces, which is not that much. 2% milk is 1 gallon. So we'll see what happens. Do you guys know that Ellie Goulding came out with a new album? It's amazing. It's like she came out when I was in high school. Maybe not in high school, but she came out like maybe when I was out of high school. So there's so much going on, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I remember, like when I first started this channel, almost 4 years ago, and not having a clue how to like build a channel or how to live stream or how to go live or what I needed to do to make the channel what it was. I learned how to like do many things from many people. Unfortunately, a lot of people either don't do this anymore, disappeared, or just don't go, or just consider weekend warriors, where you just see them during the weekend. You know, there's a select bunch that literally you see probably almost every day of the week. And then there's a select group that you just see on the weekends. Everybody has their own priorities, own schedule, own money, and whatever they plan to do with the channel. Personally, these slot channels come and go like money. Come and go like just drink I'm drinking. The dime a dozen. You know? I was watching Dirty Diana last night. And even though she might drink too much and might curse a little bit on her streams and this and that, all in all she's a very good slot player. And she hit the major she hit the major on the pigs, which is awesome because I almost did that in Oceans. And she's the original Firelink Queen. So, as we're getting closer and closer to our 4-year anniversary on the channel, I can't believe it's been. I can't believe it's good. I can't believe it's gonna be 4 years on the 19th of the month. 4 years ago, my first video that I put up on the channel was a jackpot hand pay. I got stopped by security. I remember that. It was at Caesars about before noon, It was on a Tuesday. It was on Planet of Moolah Revenge. That's a love-hate game. It either pays you really well or you lose a whole bunch of money. So anyway, I decided after that day to start the channel up. But I didn't start really putting content on the channel until September. When I started the channel up in May. And then I started going live. At first, it was really difficult. It was really difficult. I literally was having nobody come in my chat, and I was very discouraged, and I did not know anybody in the community. And as time went by, I started meeting people and seeing who's who in the community, and who's real and who's fake, and what everybody's all about. So soon after, my first 4 months, I hit 1,000 subscribers. That summer of 2020 was the start of the pandemic, and I got monetized in July of 2020 when I hit the 4,000 watch hours. So, here's the secret. In order to get my watch hours, I was using every trick in the book. I was using multiple devices, and I was making a playlist and anything that I could possibly do to get watch hours. Because going live just for an hour or two a day is not going to get you the watch time you need. 4,000 watch hours is a lot of time to put in. So, when the pandemic started, I remember being in Vegas in 2020. And then I know the last event at the Garden was March 13th, 2020. That was my last day at the Garden that year. I didn't go back to the Garden until almost... I didn't go back to the Garden until November of 2021. So we had a lot of free time on our hands. This is before Yo Angie came around, started her channel. So what happened was, I did a lot of live streaming. I was live streaming about maybe 6 to 8 hours a day. Then I started doing 24-hour streams. You know, and then I started just going crazy, like, because I was working one job, and then I was walking back and forth from my job in Queens to my house, and that's about 5.5 miles. I walked in rain, snow, sleet, whatso. This was from, I believe, this was from April of 2020, because I remember that 2020 I didn't work City Fill either, so I was working an apartment building job. So the Garden stopped paying me back in June of 2020. Yeah, Funko Pop's in the background. My Funko Pop collection. You gotta go watch from them? Yeah, I gotta watch from them. I've yet to wear it. I've yet to even do anything with it. Plus, I got another pin. I got all these pins, right? That I literally like need to like put on my collection. I got Knicks and Rangers playoff pins that I got from the Garden, and I also got this Citi Field pin for 2022. I think I have a 2023 one also in the back. What I do is I collect the pins, and I have a little thing in the back. I have a little thing in the back. You know, that's a 2022 pin. And then what they do at Citi Field is they do other stuff. So even though the Rangers and Knicks didn't make the playoffs this year, I mean didn't win the Stanley Cup or make the playoffs, I still get pins for the playoffs for them making the playoffs every year. Knicks and Rangers make the playoffs. I get the pins. Seems like this one says Stanley Cup playoffs this year. And then I also got a Knicks basketball one that says 2023 playoffs. So what I do is like with these pins is like I have a thing in the back that I literally put all my pins on. So back to my story about being the channel. This building was made like a long time ago. I don't know how old this building is, to tell you the truth. But yeah, when I first started the channel, I had channels like I had like everybody on my side, and then what happened was you go against one person, everybody leaves. You know, it's like follow the leader. You know, so when you go against one person that everybody likes, and then somebody else says, "Well, everybody leave," and everybody left because they can't make up their own minds. See, what happens is when you remember when you're in high school, right? And whoever's the popular kid, everybody wants to hang out with. They don't want to hang out with the unpopular kid. So this is what happens is I wasn't the popular kid, so they didn't want to hang out with me anymore. But at the beginning, everybody was all nice and stuff like that, and then you screw up a little bit, and then they all leave because of things what happened. And you know, you can say sorry a million times, and you could do this and do that. You know, it just doesn't always work that way. You know, it's like you already know who your friends are, who watches your channel, and who's real, and then you know who's fake, and you know who's with you from the very beginning. And I like to give a shout out to the people that have been around this channel from the very beginning when I started the channel. And you know who you are. There's a lot of channels that do this that literally don't get the crowd that watches. How long ago? Well, what happened was it back in 2020, November or December of 2020. That's when all the chaos happened between November and January 2020 2021. And then after January, I met a couple other channels, and I was friends with one channel that was just beginning. And then there's always somebody to screw that up. So that somebody screwed that up. So I'm not friends with that channel anymore. So let's go back to our story. So going on 4 years, we got 6 hand pays in 4 years, right? On this channel. We've been to Vegas 10 times on this channel. Since 2000, and I haven't been to Orlando since 2017. I haven't been to San Diego since 2017. I've been to Niagara Falls once. I've been to Atlanta City a whole bunch of times. I've been to Resorts World without Queens, where I should not go at all anymore because I've lost more money than I could think of. I've been to Wind Creek, Pennsylvania. I've been to Mountain Area Lodge. I've hit many majors. I've hit 6 hand pays. I've had a lot of near misses. I've had a lot of great comebacks. I've had some crappy. I've had some really bad streams, and I've had some really good streams. Our last 2-3 streams has been pretty good. You know. So yeah, so starting the 18th and going on to Memorial Day, we're gonna be doing a channel celebration. Not just for me, but for you guys, the subscribers, the people that I watch, the people that I talk to offline, off camera and on camera. We're going to be doing a celebration. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of different streams, starting with the St. Nicholas Festival. That was the best stream. Too bad I had to delete that off my channel. That was probably one of my favorite streams I ever did. And unfortunately, in this community, you can't be friends with too many people because not everybody wants to be your friend. Miriam is not here. I saw Miriam earlier. I saw Miriam for like 5 hours today, 4 or 5 hours. We went to Astoria Park. We had lunch there. That was really nice. We saw a big swan, and we saw a whole bunch of dogs. You know, it's tough having a channel and a girlfriend when I don't really spend much time with either one. I don't spend much time with the channel, and I don't spend much time with her. I spend more time at work than anything else. I just vacuumed those freaking carpets today because I haven't vacuumed in a while, and it was disgusting. I had to vacuum, and then I picked up all this crap. If I became shredded, yeah. If I seriously got myself into good health again, started taking better care of myself, I could be really, really good. If I could just get myself my head on straight, you know, cut the bullshit out, you know, cut back on the casino trips, and just focus on staying in New York for like maybe a long time, paying off whatever I could pay off, and just getting my act together. You know, I could be really, really good. I think it's just not that easy because you really want to like travel. You want to go as many places as possible. You want to like hit your bucket list. You want to see these movies that are coming out. You want to go to the festivals. You want to eat at certain places. You know, you want to work when you want to work. You know, but that's not always the case. You can't make up your own work schedule unless you're an entrepreneur or somebody that is self-made millionaire. You know, I was watching the Roger last night, and he had Ice-T on there with Coco. As you guys know, Ice-T, he used to be a singer, and then now he's been on Law and Order for the longest time. I think that guy is the most cool, laid back guy. Especially like I think he became a better actor than he was a singer. Straight up, like I think really like he's a better actor than he was ever a singer. So that was so cool that he was playing slots with the Raja. You know, I mean, that's a pretty cool thing to see an actual celebrity playing a big time. I would say a big time celebrity like D Lucky has Ray J, right? Ray J is pretty cool. Ray J, I met him a couple times when he went to AC, and he's a comedian too and stuff. But he's not as big as like say Ice T is, or Carrot Hat or Carrot Carrot Top or Tape Face or a couple other guys. So anyway, if you're starting out a channel, right? The best advice I could possibly give you is get a good phone, get a secondary phone, get a ton of power banks. When I say a ton of power banks, I mean have one, have two, have three, have four. Get as many as you want. Get as many wires as possible. Get as many chargers, cables. Get a tripod if you can get permission to use a tripod. Get warranties on your phone, and try to figure out what you want to do with your channel that best describes your channel. The reason this is a variety channel and not really a slot channel so much is if we were just a slot channel, we'd just be going live at the casino and just put up slot videos. But being a variety channel, we do more than just that. We show you a variety of things. We show you places I like to go eat, places I like to go, like to travel to. The power banks are the bomb. Each power bank costs about $40 to $50, and they are easily to charge. And some of them you can do double the charge. Like this one has double the charge. This one has single the charge. This one has double. And then this one's single. That's why I like the Android phones. I won't go over to Apple. Like the Citizen watch I have right here, when I originally got this, it was about $600. This other watch I got that I never wore yet, that I got from working at the garden, I have no idea how much this worth to cost. Probably not as much as this one. My goal is 25 years at the garden. Anything over 25 years, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got about 9 more years. I got about 9 more years to work there. If I hit 25 years, I'm still not going to be able to retire. I don't know how to look up that watch, and I'm not going to take that watch to work with me I don't mind taking this watch, the Citizen watch, the Equal Drive. This was like $600 when I first got it. And I had another watch that I never picked up at the watch store that was like a really cheap watch that just needed a battery. My next goal is to get a couple more, get another speaker, get a couple more strobe lights, get a couple of those glow in the dark, either stars or strobe things, and make some more like artwork, do some more art projects, and I want to do. I need to get a balloon, newspaper, do paper mache, a paper mache, puppet, and I want to do a couple other things. Also, for our date nights that we're going to be doing on this channel, I'm going to be coming up with five places that you could possibly go for a date night, right? And then you guys get to vote on the places that we're going to go, okay? And then like, it's not going to fall. A date night on this channel will never fall on a Sunday night or a Wednesday night when I have to work late at my first job, and it cannot fall on a night that I work at Cityfield or work at the Garden at all. It has to be when I have off, when I have no work at night, because doing a day night, takes time. If you're coming straight from work or whatever. Plus, we're gonna be. Have a good night. Have a good night, bro. Yeah, so having doing a day night with the channel is a good idea. I also doing different parks and different things in Queens, Manhattan, Brooklyn, and you might see some stuff that you see on other channels on this channel very soon. I'm feeling like the whole foodie thing, and experimenting with other stuff, and doing more cook streams. And there's other stuff I want to exactly do. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how the summer plays out. I know there's gonna be a lot of new slot machines coming out in Atlanta City next couple of months. I know my free play. I know I'm gonna have a good amount of free play come June. Better than May. So, and I know G2E is in October, and there's no possible way I'll be able to get into G2E at all. It's a shame that I can't go to Vegas in June, because they're doing this thing at this casino in June, where you get to network your channel and stuff. It's a big event that is going on in June. It's not a slot thing. It's to promote your channel and to do other stuff, and it's an exhibitor. It does exhibitor stuff. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to play this song by this artist that I like for a long time. Her name is Ellie Goulding. She just came out with a new album. I know it's kind of late, so we're not gonna play too many songs. And other stuff. I would like to do a trip back to Vegas in October. I don't know if I don't know if I'll actually do it during G2E time because it's too tempting to like try to go to the conference and see all the new slot machines and stuff during that time. Even though we did have maybe one of our best trips ever last October when we went to Vegas, we had a plus. That was a plus trip. We started out. We got killed at Palms the first day, and I remember we stood online at the Rio to get checked in for a couple hours, and we got in like after midnight, going into the next day. We took a cab to the Rio from the airport, and we played I think 2 or 3 slot machines that night, and it was pretty good at the Rio. And then I was so tired. Like I slept in the morning. Then I went to the Palms, but before I went to the Palms, I went to this taco place, and the taco place was pretty cool. The Palms, I actually got killed during my stream there, off camera. I remember I went to play the bag game, and I got the triple bag feature, and that brought me back. So instead of being down $800-900, I was only down 200 for that day because I got the triple bag feature on the bag game, the regular version, right? So that was the first day. Second day, we we met Matt. We met Matt, and we went to New York, and we got back a little bit more. Hey, Harry W. And then we met a whole bunch of the slot channels at the MGM Grand on the third day. And then I remember I played this one game that I played, and I remember I also played Ultimate Fire Link Explosion for the first time. So now we were even for the trip. So we were back to our original money. So here comes the last day of the trip. And I remember, the whole G2E thing was a mess, okay? And we also had pizza and a Red Bull and Coke at the Cosmopolitan with, what's his name? Forget the guy's name, whatever. But that was pretty cool. Also met the Slot Lizards, and I met Slot Hopper and a whole bunch of other channels that day, and it was pretty cool. Then the next day, we played at the Gold Coast, which was next to the Rio. So what happened was 5K grenade. Thank you. I can't think tonight. 5K grenade. So the next day we were getting our butt kicked again, and we went to play the bag game again. Believe it or not, we had some pretty good hits, and we were still in it. And what happened? What happened next? We hit the major in the bag game. Instead of leaving down from the trip, we left Vegas a winner and a plus 1100 for that trip. And that was October of last year. Fast forward to February. Got my butt kicked at Oceans the previous night. The next day, I started with $200. I had some free play. I played a whole bunch of machines. Went over to the high limit room. believe it or not, we were playing Happy and Prosperous. I was doing 1250 bets because I remember the guy was next to me. Ben, he was playing Golden Century. He was doing 1250 bets on quarter denom, and I was on quarter denom too. So I've been the same thing he did. He was getting some bad spins at the beginning. My first 5 or 6 spins, I got some really good hits. So I was already up a couple hundred on the machine. And what happens next? The minor drops and 5 out of the orbs. So instead of going home minus my original money, I made back my original money. And I made extra. Then comes March, and we were only supposed to play with a certain amount of money that day, and that kind of sucked that day. We had some pretty decent hits on the stream, but we lost a good amount of money. And what happened next? Phone died, battery died. I was filming for the channel. I went to Huff and More Puff for the last time of the night. The guy was betting $15 a spin. I decided to do the same exact thing he's doing, right? Because I was kind of like pissed off that the $25 a spin didn't work on Huff and More Puff earlier, and the girl that sat next to me, she hit for over $4,000, and she was betting $7.50 a spin, and she got a whole freaking screen of Professor Pig. I call it Professor Pig. They're like the highest symbol, right? So we go over to Huff and More Puff one last time, and I think the third or fourth spin, we get the 3 buzzsaws, right? For the wheel. So we get the wheel, and what happens? Next, we hit the major, right? After that, see, being in New York, it's not considered. The New York can't pay is $600 and up, and since I owed money to the state, because they took my hand pay, whatever, right? And then since March, we've been in like kind of like a free fall with like streams and what so. I can't say we've been great, and I can't say we've been bad, but it's been up and down. But I would say the last 3 streams has been pretty good. We've had 1 break-even stream, and we had 2 winning streams. 1 stream was off the money we already got, and the other 2 were off pretty much just free play. So after March, we're getting pretty much getting our butt kicked. So now we go into mid-May, and we're past the 15th of the month. We didn't hit our budget for the month, but I'm still planning out stuff for the other days we're gonna be doing. What I'm thinking of doing is other stuff that I can't normally do. But in order to do those things, I need to get up early to do that stuff. In order for it to happen, I need to get up really early. If it's gonna happen. So that's my story for today. And pretty soon we're gonna be bringing back Rant the Rave. And pretty soon, the Watch Squad library is gonna be coming back too. we've had the story on hiatus for long enough. So that What Squad Live Read storyline will be coming back soon. What I'm thinking next for the channel. What I'm thinking next for the channel is new wristbands. Make some new merch. Come up with some new concepts. Come up with stay more local. And try to show you more of New York than more New York. We're gonna continue with the concert series on the channel. So the next concert we're gonna be doing is gonna be Bryan Adams, June 9th. That's the next concert that's gonna be on the channel. Plus, we might be doing, if we get opportunity, we might be doing Meatloaf again, because it did so well the first time around on the channel. We might do Meatloaf again. The Meatloaf, they could be doing the Meatloaf musical and resorts casino in Atlantic City. So we might do that. We might not. It all depends. All depends. I know next time I do go to Vegas, I do want to go to another play. You know, I do like Bryan Adams very much. You know, and we'll see what happens. I'm so happy. The Meatloaf from Vegas was very good. I'm hoping the one from Atlantic City is just as good. I know tomorrow the Tampa Bay Devil Rays come in for the Mets, and the Mets are almost in last place for the first 42 games. And we got Brad calling again. He never gives up. You know what he said earlier to me? He says, "You're not Action Kid. You'll never be Action Kid. You're just a dumb fat motherfucker that thinks he knows what he's doing." His brother's in jail. That's what he says. He gets pissed off because nobody comes in his chat, and he gets pissed off that literally he gets pissed off because he's stuck in Miami. You know, he's not living his best life. But what can you do? But that's another good thing. When I see Miriam, I don't want to really have her on the channel. She doesn't want to be a part of the channel. She doesn't have to be a part of the channel. I want to try to figure out. I just want to try to figure out what she wants to do, you know, and see where that goes. Because you know something, I liked having her around. I really, truly did like having her around. She was really good to me. You know, she was really good to me. But you know something? Health is very important. And gotta do some more walking. I think I did over 2 miles today. Literally, we were walking around Astoria, and we went to the park, and we saw a whole bunch of dogs. We saw so many dogs. Oh man, that was so much fun. You know, I need to do that again. I think going to the park is a lot of fun. You know, so if anybody wants to know what this shirt is, this is Main Event Mafia. This is an Impact TNA shirt. You know, back when back before Impact, before they became Impact, they were TNA. Pulling out of Slap Action Wrestling. This was main event Mafia. They had like all like older like superstars in them in the group, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, I used to go to a lot of the wrestling events. And that was fun going to indie shows and stuff. I want to go. I want to go see Yellow Card. Marion wants the best for me. I want to eat better myself. You know, I don't know what he's in jail for. I have no idea. You know, believe me, like nobody deserves to live the way he lived. He literally lived in a small, really small room. He had to share with his brother, and he had a bunk bed in a really, really small room. Not as small as this one, but really, really, really small. You know. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Like, we'll see what happens over time. I think anything is possible. We just have to like take one day at a time. I'm still trying to figure out stuff. You know, and believe it or not, the gambling is not my problem. The gambling is not my problem. I'm not as bad as half of these people that do these channels here. I'm nowhere close to being half as bad as half of these channels. I'm not gonna start smoking. I'm not gonna start doing drugs, and I'm not gonna start drinking heavy. You know, we'll have to try to figure out a different way to go with the candy situation. Yeah. You know, it just. I would totally say, yeah. People probably do get lucky. I mean, not everybody is in the same situation, same boat. If you were in the same boat as me, which you're not, you would have to like, budget your money a lot better too. Like everybody spends different money at the casino. I know personally with me, the last couple of months I've went over my budget. The last I went over my budget the last 6 months at the casino. I have a budget usually of about $1,500, and the last 6 months I've I've went over. Like I went over. Plus, I was paying for my teeth, and my teeth like from October to like now have cost more money than I've actually lost in the casino. But I'm still way ahead. I'm still way ahead of my bank. So that's what matters. In order to be ahead in life, you have to focus, and you have to realize what you're doing right or wrong. So what I want to do is I don't care about these other channels. I don't care about that channel crying because they have 10,000 subscribers. I don't care about that channel crying that they have 4,000 subscribers. I don't care about that channel that's crying that because they barely have 1,000 subscribers. I care about this channel. What this channel is all about. What this channel does every day. What this channel is doing. What this channel is going to be doing. I don't care about how thirsty any other channel is, how many subs they have, who they're friends with, what kind of competitions they do, or what other bullshit they do. It doesn't matter to me one bit because it doesn't involve me, and I'm not a part of the clique. Thank God I don't want to be a part of their clique. I don't have time to be a part of the clique. and that's just how it is. I want to be a part of my what squad. That's all I want to be. Is a part of my what squad, and I want to be a part of, and I would definitely want to be a part of my girlfriend's life if she wants me to be a part of her life. The only part I have a hard problem with this is is trying to trying to get everything to go together like a puzzle. Piece by piece, I'm trying to get it to go together. But eventually things will work out for me. I mean, it takes time. Look, before Yoangie even decided to do a channel, I was doing all that stuff, doing walk streams back and forth, live stream back and forth, going places back and forth. The only difference is I don't have all that free time to do half the stuff. I'm at work. I'm at work 35 plus hours a week. Sometimes over 75 hours a week. So I don't have the availability to go to parades. I don't have availability to go to places that I would like to go to, you know? But everybody is in a different boat. Not everybody lives in the shadows. Not everybody takes care of themselves. Some people have more than one family income. Some people only have one person taking care of them, where they can focus on their other, and where the other person can focus on the channel. You know, that works out. And some people are just so busy they don't have time to do their channel, and you only see them very, very sparingly. You gotta understand, this YouTube thing, right? It's not a competition. You know, it's just a thing. It's not a competition. So like one channel might get 150 plus people in the chat, right? Well, the next channel gets over 300 people in the chat, right? You know, that's right. My relationship with Miriam is better than my gambling, and my health is very important. That's why we have to cut down the carbs, you know? We have to cut down the carbs and eat more apples and oranges and salads. You know, cut down those carbs, you know, because carbs will kill you. You know, like, instead of eating so many carbs, like, because I post videos, right? So we have to figure out a better eating solution. Maybe add some more salads and stuff. Yeah, respect your privacy. That's a good idea. Privacy is a big thing, you know. Not everybody wants to be on camera. Not everybody wants to be a celebrity, you know. And you gotta respect that, you know. She's trying to get her life together. She's trying to do her best thing. You know, she might not understand a lot of things, but she does understand. She does understand certain things. I mean, she ain't stupid one bit. But sometimes people are manipulated by who they hang out with, or who they are associated with, or what so. That's all it is, you know. It's kind of like this. You're on a football team, right? And your quarterback is your best player on the team. If your quarterback's not having a great game, the whole team goes kaput. The team is only as good as your quarterback is. Kind of like if your team sucks and your team doesn't make the playoffs, right? And your team does horrible. What happens first? Does your players get traded, or does the coach get fired? 9 out of 10 times, the coach gets fired. They always blame the coach when the team sucks, when the team does bad. They never blame the players when the team doesn't get so far. The coach is always the one to go. Look what happened to the Phoenix Suns. They got knocked out of the playoffs by Denver, right? The coach got fired. Look at the Milwaukee Bucks. They got knocked out by Miami Heat. What happened? The coach got fired. Toronto, same thing. Coach got fired. The Knicks, coach is not fired yet. Maybe if they don't get past the second round next year, maybe the coach will be gone. But that's a good team. Will they keep Julius Randle? That's a good question. Because you know something? In the playoffs, Julius Randle disappeared again. Jalen Brunson, he had a good playoffs. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Villanova. Jalen Brunson, I tell you, that could be, as long as we protect him, this guy could be a franchise. This guy could be a franchise point guard. We have, oh, excuse me. We haven't had a franchise point guard since I believe a really diehard franchise point guard. Really, I wouldn't say Charlie Ward, because Charlie Ward was a Heisman Trophy winner, but he was a pretty good point guard. Since Willis Reed. Willis Reed was a very good point guard. And then they also had Walker Frazier on that team and Dave DeBusschere. And last time they won the championship was over 50 years ago. They won it in '73. That was the last time they won the championship. So the league has changed so much. Look what happened to the Rangers. Rangers got knocked out in the first round by the Devils. Well, I have the program. I got the program when he was in Villanova. You remember when Blake Griffin came out of Oklahoma? I remember he was the next big thing, but now he plays on the Celtics, right? He's like a bench player, but he's not the big thing anymore, you know? But when he first came out, he was a next big thing player. You know, so we'll see what happens with the Knicks. They might be getting a draft pick from Dallas, because Dallas didn't make the playoffs, so they might have got that 10th pick. They might have not got the 10th pick. We'll see what the Knicks are gonna do in the off season. We'll see if they're gonna make some drafts, who they're gonna trade, who they're gonna pick up in free agency, and what so. I'm hoping they can keep Josh Hart. Josh Hart was a very good player to have. I don't know what they're gonna do quickly. Quickly. I don't know what they're gonna do with Randall. RJ Barrett is a keeper. And what so? There's still a lot of question marks. Even if the Knicks would have got past Miami, would they have beaten Boston? I don't think so. Boston is a very well put together team. They have Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum went to Duke. Jason Tatum is a altogether put together big time superstar. And will Miami beat Boston this time? They have a chance. They got a chance. They might be getting Tyler Hero back, and they might be getting another player back. Remember, this Miami Heat team had 9 players that went undrafted on their roster. 9 players. So there's a possibility. There's a possibility that the Miami Heat can make the finals. Then Denver and the Lakers. I'm looking at the Lakers beating Denver again. Because if this is LeBron James' last chance for a championship, this might be his last shot. He might not get back to the finals. So if this is his last shot, he's gonna play his heart out. Not only is he your NBA scoring champion of all time with the most points, if he gets this ring this time around, he'll have as many rings as Michael Jordan, and he'll be in the conversation. What's wrong with the Mets? I don't know. That's another day, another story. Anyway, that's it for this chat tonight. Have a good night. I'm gonna go to sleep right now. Thanks for chatting with me, and thanks for chatting with me, and thanks for watching Ross Says What Variety Channel. Have a good night, friends. Talk to you tomorrow.